What is going on? I am zmot, and this is something that took way too much time to get set up. The microphone that I have is a headset from Supercell. This high super end microphone. The problem is you have to plug it in harder than I've ever plugged anything in my life. No double entendre included or intended there, and it wasn't plugged in. So I kept rebooting and whatnot, and it turned out it just wasn't plugged in hard enough. The story of my life. Anyways, microphone is now working. We also have the sad trombone, and we have some game audio. So first of all, we're going to do a simple attack, and I need you guys to tell me, is the game audio too loud, too quiet? In my last streams, it was turned way down, and it just did not work. So in this one, there was some barraging, and there's some retreating sound, so please do let me know if that is loud enough. I'm generally on time. Come on, that's like a dagger to the heart. That hurt a lot. Ready, Set, Rachel made sure for me to say, if you're looking for a task force with the most cleavage possible, you should join our group. We have somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 to 10 task forces. Check the description. We have a number of task forces. All of them have copious amounts of cleavage and copious amounts of professional players who will guide you and hold your hand and teach you the ways of the Zuka, and it's going to be a good time. And speaking of a good time, let's crack an adult beverage and let's get some Mega Crab happening. This Mega Crab stream is bound to be full of failures. Oh, I just realized this account does not have endless reserves. My endless reserves just expired yesterday. So, that's a big, huge facepalm happening at the moment. I totally meant to renew my endless reserves. It did not happen. And the problem is this account's endless reserves are on my Android account because my zmot account is on iOS. So I have one on iOS, one on Android. So I now have 4,500 diamonds to burn, and at that point, I suppose the live stream will end. Pap is in the house. Kirk is here. Brian Fletcher is here. Silent Gamer. And now I really need to get better at giving any sort of notice about the fact that I'm about to have a live stream, because right now my kids just went to bed. My wife is out with her friends. So what else does a guy to do except for start a Mega Crab live stream? So in this Mega Crab live stream, we're going to attempt to get the gold statue on an HQ18 account. Now, that might sound super easy, but I assure you it's not. Number one, I do not have troop health, as you can see by my statues here. Number two, this is the Scorcher Mega Crab, and I have level 1 Scorchers. Not super awesome. We also have level 3 tanks, so we're going to have to be super busy. Pap, your channel just got automatically muted because you mentioned it. YouTube said, no, you should not mention it, but I am totally fine with you mentioning it. By all means, if you want to mention your channel, come in, say hi, say how you doing, and then mention your channel. Don't be a complete douche and just come in and say, join my task force without saying hello. Don't come in and spam your channel and say, please support the little guys, or some baloney like that. By all means, say hello, contribute to chat, and then promote yourself all you'd like, and I'm all good. Adult beverage. Thank you very much, Kirk. That will buy me an adult beverage for sure. And as we go, adult beverage, let's have a little sip. Tonight we are drinking a peach wheat adult beverage. Surreal in the house. Anyways, before I have, what is that called? Let's turn that off. I have battery saver on right now. Let's turn that off before my screen automatically turns off. Then we are going to full boost. Now, full boost obviously only means 8 statues because we are HQ 18. Now, this stream is going to be very different than every other stream. Every other stream, by the time they got to stage 30, they were just dropping troops with their eyes closed and then talking about something else, because you can get to stage 30 with your eyes closed with a max account easily. Just drop the troops, close your eyes, and hope for the best. Surreal's message just got banned. Take that, Surreal. What's going on, Karnak? We're going to have a look at stage 30. I assume it's going to be absolutely hideous. Now, in my past stream, I was switching between random troops like level 1 Grenadiers and then Zookas, but obviously we do not have instant training. So, look at that. We've already took stage 30 down, basically. Now, we probably could get a free snipe with 1, 2, 3 hacks, I would guess. So let's just start with that. We're going to do a free snipe, and we're going to try to do things as smart as we possibly can. However, I have to remind you that there have been some adult beverages included. We're going to push the hack button. We're going to flare that rocket launcher way, way over there. And I'm probably going to fail a whole bunch. If you see me doing something completely stupid that needs correction, please don't hesitate to mention it, because I probably overlooked it. It's been a completely ridiculously long day. My wife went for a bike ride at, I think it was 5:45. We then took the kids to the beach. I swam somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 kilometers. Oh, where are you going, Everspark? Speaking of stupid, wow. I did not expect that angle at all. I thought she would walk towards the rocket launcher. Instead, she walked south. We're going to call that south. Now I have to make up... we are off to a flying start. Rachel, did you want to pull your... what was that term you said about our recruiting policy? Anyways, we did not start with a bang. That was more of a whimper. So, if you're wondering why I'm not doing face cam, it's because it is hot, like dang hot, sitting here right now. So I am sitting here in shorts, and that's about it. Not exactly the image that many people probably wanted to have, but come on, I mean, give a little bit of credit. It's warm. It's really, really warm, and I could either put on a t-shirt or I could not do a video live stream. And by me not doing a video live stream, it ends up that you get more real estate for the actual gameplay. So we're going to stick with that. And at this point, I've run out of GBE completely. So we're going to stop in here. And although we're about to completely fail this attack, I'm wondering where my GBE all went, to be completely honest. We're going to drop the exploding critters in there. Yep. That was not a good start. Not a good start. Hot chicks wanting to teach you lessons. That just sounds like there's nothing Boom Beach related in that sentence. Did I even boost? Yes, I did. Okay, so that was a complete waste of an attack and of diamonds. Wow. The hot chicks in Boom Beach are in fact the Zookas. The Cryos... I feel like the Cryos wear bigger hoods than they need to, so we're going to leave that one alone, but man, that attack was not good, and it just feels like it just got hotter in here. So I'm going to open one more window. Just bear with me in a second here, and we're going to open that window. Hopefully you could actually hear that window opening as people walk by wondering why there's someone talking to himself. Let's give the sad trombone an attempt just for Mr. Brian Fletcher. What happened to the sad trombone? I'm very confused. It didn't play. Let's check the properties. Properties, let's try that. I can't hear the sad trombone. Can you guys hear the sad? Oh man, I can't even get the sad trombone done properly. That is a sad, sad state of affairs. I feel like I need to put my phone down for a second and see if I can't get the bone to work. That's what he said. Sad trombone. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go. Let's put it on loop mode. Maybe we can put it on loop mode and that will fix it. But, man, nothing is going right for me. At least I have a house to myself, I suppose. Sad trombone. So, Caesar in the hizzle. So, yeah, we've got no sad trombone because the sad trombone does not want a bone. First time for everything. Let's just go audio media source. Let's add. How does the sad trombone not show up? Let's try one more time. Oh my god, are you kidding me? So we're going to give up on the sad trombone. I've already made all the innuendos that I can. And, man, that was a rough start to a rough. So we got 1.1 million. We've got a hack that Everspark walked on some ridiculous path that I've never seen in my entire life. Caesar is dropping red wine and whiskeys. We've got Mr. Requiem in the chat, and Caesar's also dropping random squares. Surreal is calling this a sad day. So we're just going to walk up. Oh man, I can't even believe I don't have instant training. That's the worst part right now. So, let's see if I can't launch my Android emulator, which is, I use Nox, by the way. I'm not sure what you guys, if you guys use an Android emulator, please don't say it's BlueStacks. BlueStacks just makes me want to puke in my mouth because it's so awful. BlueStacks is just so bad. There's like a bunch of apps and a bunch of ads, and it just, puke in my mouth. Let's go. 21 of 40 to Okay, are we back? I really don't know. So I'm going to have to wait for you guys to let me know that we're back because things just are not proceeding as one would like. Basically what happened was I started my emulator, which is Nox, which I just gave this big huge pat on the back to, and then my computer blue screened twice in a row. So let me know if you're there, and I'm just going to face palm until you guys arrive. That's the sound of my palm smacking against my face. There's nothing worse than you say that something is great and then it completely ruins your life. So there was a bit of a conversation in the chat while we were gone. People were saying that emulators are against the terms of services, and no, they're not. I have gone through the forums back when the forums actually existed and read all of the messages, and emulators are not against the terms of services, but they are not supported. So you can use emulators all you want, you just can't ask for support on emulators. So I use Nox all the time because it allows me to chat from my computer and sit at my desk and not pick up my phone. When you pick up your phone and you put it sideways, everyone knows exactly what you're doing, especially your wife when it makes that jingle jangle. So I try to avoid doing that, and the easiest way to do that is not to pick it up sideways. And the easiest way to not pick it up sideways is to use an emulator at your desk. And that was great until apparently my emulator is completely broken. So we're going to try to get back here and ruin this core. There's 1.5 million on the core, which is more than a low level HQ18 should probably have to deal with. But as you saw in the last hit, cleavage, all of the ladies that were gonna come in and hype up our task forces, I feel like they've just left. We had a blue screen and they all just left. So Triangle 9 has many task forces. We have many different people in our groups, and you should come join us. As I put my beverage down, and we're going to do this in this is probably going to be a 4-hit stage 30, just because that last hit was embarrassingly awful. I don't have the patience for it. It is getting towards the end of the day. As I mentioned earlier, it's been a long frickin' day. My wife got up at like 5:30 to go for a bike ride. I got up at 5:30 yesterday to go for a bike ride. I swam somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 kilometers, which is over a mile for those of you who speak freedom units. And I just realized that that left-hand side rocket launcher right there is probably going to melt my face if I let it. So we're going to throw a whole lot of smokes, and this attack, I don't have high hopes for this attack. It just feels like not good things are going to happen. Anytime you have 2 blue screens in a row and you forget to drop your hero, what is even going on? We're going to stop right in here. You're going to use an extra flare because, yeah, it's not. This is not going to be... Do not copy me, because you will not have a good time. Oh, I'm tired. Someone said Rick's coming in. I think they're joking. I think Rick's on vacation, I believe, but I don't really know. I don't hear from Rick a lot these days. I feel like I am not hearing from Rick much lately. So if you've heard from Rick, please do let me know. I feel like we're kind of in that weird moment where Rick is about to go on vacation with the rest of Boom Beach, and I'm going to lose all of my troops as they're going to be on... Oh, gosh. Hi. So, this is not good. Nothing about this is good. We're going to drop some GBE on this. Oh, hi, OP. What's going on? This is just completely a travesty. I should have stayed on my couch by myself. We do not have endless reserves. We do not have any sort of skill, and things are not going very well. It's been a long day. I can't even begin to elaborate, but where do we start? Should we start with Scorchers? Level 1 Scorchers will maybe, just maybe, get enough GBE back. But this is a rough day. Let's carry on. We finished with McLovin all the way from Hawaii. Man, I wish I had a McLovin ID right now. It would get me out of a whole lot of trouble. I am sitting here sweating my pants off. Even though I don't have pants. I have shorts on, not pants. But I'm sweating, and I've had 2 blue screens. We had an emulator that failed, and a blue screen, and all sorts of not goodness. All sorts of not goodness. So right now, we've got too many smokes to get to the back with a low level. We only have 8 offensive statues, sadly, and of those, they're not doing very terribly well. So that last attack was bad. We forgot the hero, which was also not bad. We do not. If you're wondering why I'm not using Bullit and or Scorchers, it's simply because I don't have Bullit and or Scorchers. So I need to get past stage 30. Stage 30 has been has been ruining my life for far too long. Let's check the leaderboards actually. Let's see where people are at here in Canada. So the first name I recognize is Flipstar. I have seen Flipstar on legendary status of Warships number of, I think I'm 1-1 against him or her. I don't recognize any of these names here in Canada. These are, so far I've recognized 0 of these names. Oh, sorry, 1 of these names. But there is not the standard chicken or turtle or sand shark or anyone else for that matter. Blaker is an old school Triangle 9 player, first person we see at level 23. I recognize him. I should say number 23. Phytopath also at number 30. Recognize him. Besides that, it's a lonely leaderboard. I don't recognize. Does that mean that I'm fallen out of touch, perhaps? But I recognize 3 names of 50. So either Boom Beach has moved on or something. This kind of has me a little bit depressed here. So if you're in this leaderboard, please do say hi. I recognize like 3 names. Where did you guys all go? Let's carry on. That's really weird. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss for words. Let's go. Let's do something fun together. Things that I say on Wednesday nights, because it's business time. Please tell me someone recognized Flight of the Conchords. If you don't know who the Flight of the Conchords is, shame on you. Let's go. Come on, Zookas. Come on, Zookas. Let's get rocking and rolling. We got the Zookas walking up the side. I think that left-hand rocket launcher's about to shoot at my face. Yeah, see, called it. Left-hand rocket launcher shooting at my face. The rest of the time, the Zookas are walking, and I just don't feel confident about it. I feel like every single attack I'm going to do today is just going to be a complete failure, which might be entertaining, but so far, not super enthusiastic at the moment. If not for the live stream, I'd probably put my phone down right about now. But that's the thing about live streams, is once you start, you just kind of can't log out. I might delete the video, but so far not so good. Bad attacks combined with the fact that we have had a blue screen, actually 2 blue screens. Let's flare to there. We're going to throw these there, and we're going to shock and see if we can't just do something good. Come on, Zookas. We've got a couple Zookas still doing good things. Let's throw one more shock out. We'll throw some of these ridiculously terrible, what are those things called? The worst GBE ability in the history of Boom Beach. The explosive critters. And tequila. Who's drinking tequila? I have an adult beverage on my desk, but it definitely has nothing to do with Mexican alcohol with worms in it. Is that, would you say, if I was to say Mexican alcohol with worms in it, would you say tequila or mezcal? Now, my drops have been right to left, which, when this rocket launcher is here, is just stupid. Just beyond stupid. I think we've had like 8 attacks on stage 30 now. And so we're going to do left to right and hope that maybe, just for the sake of maybe, I can not have a darn gosh awful attack. Cryo critters. I don't have cryo critters. I only have these explosive critters. I gotta say, Boom Beach, if there's anything you could possibly buff besides that brick ability with a stupid shield, please buff the explosive critters, because it is embarrassingly... If they ever have explosive critters in warships, I feel like everyone will just quit the game. Explosive critters are just that bad. So Rick, if you're out there, please don't ever put explosive critters into warships, because I feel like that would be the only question in warships where no one would ever spend the keys. Hey, how'd you get to legendary? Oh, I unlocked explosive critters. Yeah, no, you didn't. Let's be honest here. Oh, I'm a jerk. Let's carry on. Yes, tequila and mezcal are both made from the same plant, though, and they both also have worms. Oops, let's go like this. Let's go shock, and let's do some sort of med kit for the win. Now, I do not have the med kit tribe, obviously, because we're only HQ 18, so we're just gonna watch these heavies melt. Now, they are only 8 level. Let's look at this. Maybe. Just maybe, nope, it's not gonna. Oh, maybe some explosive critters for the win, for the maybe. No, it's not gonna happen. Oh, it's so close. It's so close, bros, man. Now I can't remember. Oh man, it's so close. Look at this. No, we just fail. Mezcal is way more smoky. It's better for a mixed cocktail, but on its own, I prefer tequila from the freezer. 28,000 health. That was almost a good attack. So we are trending in the right direction, just like the exact opposite of my YouTube account. Brick is a bro. We just finished stage 30 in like 8 attacks. That is how you lose the gold statue right there. The gold statue. Gone. Gone. That was really, really, really bad. I don't even know what happened there. But at least we got 1 powder and 1 intel, but let's just have a look and see how many attacks that was. Look at that. Stage 30 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wish I could play the sad trombone right now. Or at least wish I had silly Merp right here. So she could go womp, 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 womp. Bros. Bro mas para todos. Where have you been? Dude was in our task force forever, and I have not seen him in a long time. So, for those of you out there who have never joined a task force, please do check the description. For those of you out there who have played with us, please do check the description. I have not checked the actual powder provided by Crabe, so I don't know what it actually is giving. But it looks like we're going to try and stay to the left side, because these hot pots will not be a good time. So, I'd like to stay just 12 o'clock screen wise of the core here. We're going to get rid of this one rocket launcher, and then somewhere in there. So definitely need, this is going to be a beast stage. So we're going to get Miss Everspark out. The Merps. What do you mean the Merps? We have a Merp? Dude, we don't play Duplexity anymore. The problem with Duplexity is absolutely no one wants to play it. So for a long time, as a 50-man task force, we tried to play Duplexity, and we slowly learned that just no one wants to play Duplexity. Like, it is just not fun for anyone. So we stopped playing Duplexity, and now all of a sudden everyone's having fun again. So if you're out there and you've quit playing the game, and it's because of Duplexity, come back to the game, because Duplexity is, if it's just not a thing. I mean, if for those of you out there who are playing it, enjoy it. I enjoyed playing it, but the problem is that you couldn't get people to join your task force to play Duplexity, because Duplexity, like the idea of taking 9 attacks to take down Spine, people want to be able to see exactly how they played a factor in something. And when you have 9 attacks on a base, it just doesn't, you just get no satisfaction of it from a player standpoint. So let's get a double hack out. Boom! Double hack, re-smoke, boo-yah. And then we're going to hack this rocket launcher right here. And then we're going to let Everspark die. And I haven't thought about the rest of the attack, but how about that? I can double hack, re-smoke like a boss. That's a Lonely Island song, I believe. Like a boss. Swag next tuber. Yeah, I mean, they fixed the bug that was Duplexity. So if you've ever played Duplexity, if you destroyed a building or a power cell, you would get 6 GBE for that. If there were 2 cores up, if only 1 core up, you'd only get 3 GBE. And so they fixed that bug, which made a bunch of people want to stop playing. So I think that it was one of those bugs. I mean, Everspark, for example, they haven't fixed Everspark's bugs for years, but they fixed the Duplexity bug. So there's been bugs that have been sitting in Boom Beach for years and years and years, and they haven't been fixed. So I don't really know who picks the priorities, but Duplexity has been fixed, and the 1% of people who used to want to play it no longer really want to play it. So let's get a shock there and a shock there, and we're just going to clear the shore in the hopes that maybe, just maybe, we can take this down in 2 attacks. I really, really doubt it, but maybe. I mean, so far this attack has not been... Oh, that shock launcher just ruined my life. Let's throw some explosive critters in this neighborhood. We'll throw a med kit right about there in the hopes that No. I just got rickety wrecked. Yeah, Brick is not listening to flares, which is incredibly frustrating on warships. I mean, you can avoid it, but you have to like flare and then use if you use battle orders then flare, she doesn't follow the flare, or if you use battle order, like Brick is avoiding flares, which is frustrating on warships. Kirk getting a hard time. Keone is a big deal. By the way, for those of you, I guess it's a pretty small amount of us, but Keone just had a face reveal. He is at the, what is that called? The World Cup for, what is that even game called? The game with the dancing and the gliders, and man, my brain is just completely broken. Keone is ridiculous. $50. What? Like, yes, Keone, thank you every time you do that, it just makes me at a loss for words. Thank you. So Keone is currently at the Fortnite World Cup, or whatever it's called, and we just got a face reveal from Keone, and I played, and I was amazed because he doesn't actually have 8 fingers on each hand, which everyone was kind of surprised by, because the dude just shocks like crazy. So to see him throwing out the hang loose sign on the Fortnite Twitch stream, he's kind of a celebrity now. So the fact that he's here is a big deal. Let's see here. We've got a rocket launcher that does not range the back. We're going to try and free snipe from back there, but it's going to go terribly poorly, I have to say. We're going to drop all sorts. Let's get one more Botazukas. Oh, man. Throwing down a fitty in some other currency. That is, I don't know. What's Argentina? Is that ARS is Argentina, I suppose? I don't know what that even means, to be honest, but thank you. I'm going to go get a cafe. Now, in Argentina, is it cafe con leche or cafe cortado? Because I always get it mixed up, because in Chile, it's cortado, and in Argentina, it's cafe con leche, I think. But I also don't want to even think about Spanish, because, oh no. Because anytime I think about Spanish, my French gets absolutely ruined. Oh no! I thought I had a plan. The heavies were supposed to stand there, but the heavies got into the rocket launcher blind spot. I feel like this is not going terribly... Oh no. See that mine right there? Watch this. Poof! Oh, it's actually not bad. Let's get the ladies walking. See if... I mean, this is probably not going to happen. I have very, very low hopes for this. But maybe, just maybe, we can get the heavy to clear the mine. We're going to... we have some troops left. Look at this. What do we have to shock? We got to shock like here and here. Look at that. We're doing it. It's happening. It's maybe something is gonna good. Look at this. OMG. Not bad at all. I'm watching the chat happen, and people are chatting about things, but I'm trying also to attack, and it's just not a good combo. So let's just get a hack out. Goodbye. Let's get one more hack out. We'll maybe shock something. And now we got a bit of a free snipe. Ready, set. Ready, set, Rachel just tipped with some owls, it looks like. So good things are happening. I can't even pay attention right now. Let's throw some explosive drone critters right now. OMG, oh sexy $10. That's $9.99, Keone. That is not $10. That is $9.99 with some owl dots happening. We have some owls in. I can't even right now. Oh my gosh. Oh man, thank you very much, Ready Set Rachel's husband. Now, she's been given a hard time because her profile pictures in Discord, she has a hard time. So I would suggest that you guys join Discord, join our task force group, and there are good things that happen. Oh, man. My windows are all open, and I'm sure my neighbors are wondering what the heck is happening. We should be able to finish on our next hit, which is all you really, really want. Oh man, I need a drink of water. Oh man. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give that a 9.99. Oh man. Here we go. So, we got some things happening. Oh man. So we have a role on our Discord which is called Hot Chicks. And I've noticed recently that the Hot Chicks have basically taken over everything. They're like the leadership, they're like the main drivers in chat. So if you ever need a task force group that's just full of Hot Chicks, I would suggest checking the description down below, and we're just full of Hot Chicks because that's just how we roll. Thanks for coming in, Pap. I would say something in Spanish, but I can't speak Spanish now. My Spanish is completely ruined because I've been speaking French for 6 months. So, boom, shalak, alaka. If any of you guys have ever played, what is that game called? NBA Jam. She's heating up. Let's keep. Brian Fletcher is still in the chat. Still in the chat. I don't think. Why I have heavies loaded, I don't know. Let's. Here, I'll throw our Discord chat. Oh man. So, I think Keone threw our Discord in chat, but I'll throw the actual shortcut, which is easier to type. Oh, 16 attack. There's no chance I get the gold statue on this account because I am just absolutely, absolutely awful. But maybe we can get there. If we get there, I will be absolutely amazed. I would give it like a 1 in a million shot right now because I feel like something is slowing down my reactions. I don't know what it could possibly be. It might have something to do with the owls in the chat. But, man, my goodness. This is probably the worst live stream for people who don't know who I am in the history of live streams. But maybe you guys are enjoying it. This kind of reminds me of the live streams that I used to do back when I used to do the trader arrival. It would happen right after my soccer practice. And never was terribly good content, but it was always a really, really good time. So we're going to shock somewhere in that neighborhood. We're going to throw a hack out. Why is that rocket launcher shooting my face? I don't really know. And then we're going to throw a shock over here. Please, please don't let me fail again. I just can't handle it. Oh, more owls. Bring out the owls. Hooty hoo. Who said hooty hoo? Is that like a... That was a thing at some point, I feel like. But I also heard owls. I hear owls from my bed all the time. That just sounds like I'm trying to talk. Come on! Oh, man. Bust out the owls is all I can say. Small owls to big owls. Now, there are many. You don't. Big owls aren't the answer always. Small owls aren't bad either. I mean, people always get that confused. There are many different kinds of owls, and all owls are good because they hoot and whatnot. Let's have a look. We have 1.7. Master P, the guy who made him say, that was like 1997 when he brought out like the worst. That was like when rap was on a serious decline. As soon as Master P brought out his albums in like 90s, I think he tried out for the Raptors too, I think. Master P was like the absolute worst thing that ever happened to hip hop, I feel like. You might disagree. If you do, please throw it in chat. Soup, if you're out there, say hello. By the way, we have a number of people who have caught lurking in our chat because they've said something in Discord, but not in our YouTube chat. So if you are on Discord or on this chat, please do say hello, because we'd like to see the people. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try to free snipe somewhere from the left side, which means I need to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 devices. So little owls. Rachel is busting out the little owls right now. So little owls, big owls. I wish I could have a bot right now. In my next video, I'm going to have a vote whether you like small owls, medium owls, or big owls. Whether you're talking about barn owls or screech owls, doesn't matter. Just, I'd like to have a vote of what sort of owls you appreciate. Gwent Z. Now, Gwent, do you say Z or Z? That is my first question, of course. Always an important question. So we brought, Rachel's bringing out the slightly bigger owls at the moment. So Soup, Rachel, stop it. Densmore in the house. Brad and Deanna Densmore. I'm not sure you're allowed to say showing off the guns in school when you're talking about the United States. Ooh, that was a low. That was inappropriate. My apologies. Let's just move on. Densmore is also from Canada, a person who is in our task force group, who is also a beast player. I can't believe we managed to get Soup to come out of the woodwork. We're going to get rid of some stuff. You just turn around and boom, owls in your face. For those of you who don't know, there's a Canadian author named, what is his name? He has a book called Owls in the Family. Owls in the Family is not quite as good as Owls in the Face, as Kirk just said. I gotta take a break for a second, 1 sec. Now, I specifically asked Mr. Remember back when, what was that guy's name? Our previous community manager. What was his name? I asked him if I could do an R-rated stream where I could like swear and have a good time, and he said, "Oh, it sounds great. Fortnite's going that way. Let me ask the people," and then he never got back to me. I think because he was too busy not paying attention to Boom Beach. But I can't remember his name off the top of my head. So if you know his name, please. Rick impersonated him. I feel like I should totally know his name because I should know his name. Let's go back to there. We're gonna go back to Kelly. Kelly, let's go. I'm trying to make as many hip hop references as I possibly can. This has been a good time. The fact that I can do things like come hang out with all you folks while my wife's out for dinner is incredibly a good time. Like, I can't even explain it to any of my friends how I get to hang out with random internet folks. Look at that double hack, booyah! So we're gonna hit the hack button. We're gonna flare that back rocket launcher, and I'm gonna hope. Look at that, we actually did it. I gotta let her die. So we got rid of 3 defenses, and Drew, that's the guy's name. Drew, yes, Drew, of course. Drew, I was his biggest fan, of course. Me and Drew were buddies and whatnot, but it just never worked out because his heart was on a different game. And we're gonna shock all of these things. We're gonna walk forward, blow up all of these things, and this laser is likely going to blow up my face. And so, Bro Mas Paratados, I can't remember what your game name is in Boom Beach. It's totally going to bug me, so I won't be able to sleep tonight. So please do tell me what your name is in Boom Beach, because I can totally picture playing with you, and I know exactly who you are, but I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Please, you were in Triangle 9 forever. You made all sorts of rainbow-related jokes, but I can't think of what your name would actually be. I also don't know what the... Rachel, stop it. Stop it. This has been the most lucrative stream I think I've ever dreamed of, because everyone keeps... What does 8 =D mean? It looks very short. I feel like that is missing some equal signs. Rachel busting out... Jorg! Yes, thank you very much. Oh man. Requiem. Busting out the Jorg. Thank you. I just completely had a mind blank there. Mind blank? Just absolutely. Rachel is busting out the owls and the D. I feel like owls plus D is not a good combo. Speaking of, I remember there was a Maxim magazine where this guy talked about getting boobs and how he'd never met so many ladies who were so interested in him, and that just... I don't know how we got on that conversation. We're talking about owls and... anyways, let's carry on. We're going to drop Everspark over here. We're going to push the button and we're going to flare this back rocket launcher. Please don't use the hack. We're going to gap smoke because we're ballers. Want to be a baller. Shock collar. Someone has to know that too, right? Let's go. Come on. Medkit. Medic! Oh no. Please don't die. Look at that. Not exactly ideal. Oh man. There's never too many owls. There's never too many owls out there, I think, is the bottom line. Why I have... This stream is so ridiculous right now. Oh, how to get banned by YouTube 101. So we're going to try to get back there and blow up some things. And I feel like bad things are going to happen. So we're going to drop a barrage somewhere in this neighborhood. And we're going to get a bunch of GBE. We have 149 GBE, a bunch of stuff. Hopefully that laser's not going to reach us. And then we're just going to like... Oh man, this has been... I had dreams of a gold statue on this account, but there is no chance at this point. Like, if we get a gold statue, I was gonna say eat my hat, but I don't typically wear hats. I wore a hat in Croatia, and then I forgot it there. So, no eating hats involved. I should probably be watching my troops walk, but instead we're gonna look at the chat. If anyone has any sort of suggestion of how to watch your actual attack and talk at the same time, I would be all ears, because I just can't do it. Let's throw an artillery over here. Oh, where'd my troops go? we have a bunch of stuff happening. Do I have a here? Oh man, those mines are just brutal. Just lost all of our troops, and it's a sad, sad time. So, I honestly, I asked Drew. I said, "Hey man, I'd like to do something a little bit more fun, a little bit less guarded," and he said, "I'd love to hear it." And then I never heard back from him. So, Drew, if you're out there watching my stream, please check with the masters, because I feel like I just bite my tongue so much on live streams, and I'd like to not do that. But Rick seems like a super cool dude, but I just can't ask him because I put him in an awkward spot, I feel like. So, wanna be a baller, shock collar, 20-inch blades on the Impaler? Is that how it goes? If you know the lyrics, please do let me know, because I am terrible at lyrics. I feel like that's right though. 20-inch blades on the Impaler. Impaler being an Impala, I think, being a fancy car. But again, I really don't know. So we're gonna throw a smoke in that general direction. We're going to throw some more. I can't. The problem is, Keone, that my chat is live on my screen. I just can't turn it off. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, lasered to the. Tonight's. So, if this is your first ever experience with my attacks, please don't judge the book by its cover. I promise I have way more skill than this. Tonight is not a good night. I know that there's a song where it's like, today was a good day, but tonight was not a good night. So, just give me a little bit of credit. And why is that rocket launcher shooting me in the face? Let's use all of our GBE on this. But I mean, I've been up for like 160 hours today. It's been a long day because I just haven't slept since I got back from France, which was actually 2 weeks ago at this point. So we've now spent 1,000 diamonds, which have been graciously paid for by the no, actually I was trying to ask Supercell about how guarded I have to be on my streams, because Supercell gives me sneak peeks and stuff. They don't really have any guidelines as far as what I have to do, but at the same time, I really do appreciate Rick and his team as far as what they provide for me. Like, they used to give sneak peeks and all that. I haven't seen a sneak peek in a long time, but they used to give sneak peeks and insider access and stuff, and I'd like to keep that, but I'd also like to just be able to have a good time. And it's kind of a weird situation, because I am like this weird person who says whatever I kind of want about the game that I play, and I don't feel like I should probably expand upon it a ton right now, but I really, it's kind of like this weird thing where Supercell has been great to me. They flew me to Helsinki, for goodness sake, on coach, of course, but oh no! Medkit! Go away, shock launcher! Oh. Facepalm. How in the world do I keep making these stupid mistakes? I just feel like I just can't do anything right at this point. So now my kids love Fortnite. Like, I can't even explain how much my kids love Fortnite. My kids, they've played Fortnite once on a PS4. They don't even know why they love it. They just love it. Now, Fortnite is on the decline though, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. For the first time in a long time, Ninja's subscribers are on the did not increase. So I'd really hope that Fortnite carries on, because Fortnite is seems to be doing fairly well, and anytime something's doing well, it's great for everyone around. But Fortnite is on the decline a little bit, so that kind of makes sense though. Like, it was just screaming upwards at something that is not completely sustainable. So maybe it's leveling out a little bit. I don't really know, but I just know that, oh my god, are you serious? A friend of mine who does nothing, like, his job is, he just honestly watches streams. Like, anytime he's doing work, he watches streams. So, and he was telling me the other day that Fortnite is not trending in the right direction. So I trust his word more than anyone. So that makes me a little bit sad that I used to play, because I've played every first-person shooter in the history of first-person shooters, and I'm really darn good, to be honest. But I just don't have the computer or the time for Fortnite. So I probably would not to say that I'd be good, but I love first-person shooters, and so I kind of love Fortnite just by proxy, if that makes any sense. I've played PUBG a little bit as well, but I just don't have time for either of them. So PUBG and Fortnite. I hope that if Fortnite is leveled out a little bit or plateaued a little bit, I hope that PUBG is still going, because the industry needs a game to be doing well, because if not, then bad things are going to happen. So we're going to get rid of this rocket launcher back here. We're going to get rid of this shock launcher back here at a lower level of priority, and we're going to get rid of these rocket launchers and hope for the best, because so far I've had no good attacks, and I feel like every stream I have at least one good attack or 12 good attacks, but so far this has not been a good stream as far as attacks go. So if you're new to us, please do watch my other videos, because I feel like I'm a fairly good player, but this has not been a good indication of that. So please do check my other videos. Please do join one of our task forces. We have so much to offer. It just blows my mind a lot of the time. Whether it be owls that you're interested in, or a training. Oh no, we're going to lose Everspark here. Speaking of terrible things, I can't even believe we're still alive at this point. Now let's go into here. I can't even believe that we just kept Everspark alive. So that was kind of impressive in a man, I am terrible kind of way. But we're going to try to get rid of this rocket launcher. We're going to throw a smoke out in about 3, 2, 1. We're going to throw a double hack out. And we're going to waste a bunch of GBE, because that was terrible. Oh my gosh. We're going to throw all of our GBE on this rocket launcher right here, and this one right here, and I feel like in Fortnite, building, that's the part that I don't really understand. Like, the idea of building as you're playing just kind of blows my mind. The amount of skill involved in being able to build and move, I feel like that. Now, Keone would know best, because he's at the Fortnite World Cup, but that's the part of the game that I feel like takes the most amount of skill. The ability to move and build at the same time. I don't know if that is just a keyboard shortcut or if I've missed something, but that part kind of blows my mind. Like, that just seems like a lot of skill required. So my hat is off. I mean, I am really good at first-person shooters. Like, I would say top 1% of first-person shooter players, but the ability to build and move just kind of blows my mind, because I don't know if they have to like select what they're going to build, like as far as ramps or doors or floors or whatever, or if they just click a button that just builds. But Fortnite on its own, just I'm generally impressed as far as how that goes. So now PUBG, most of my gameplay is on a mobile device, sitting on my bed or on the couch or on the toilet. But so I don't generally play first-person shooters because if I don't have a mouse and a keyboard, you're not going to compete. Like, let's be honest, a mouse and a keyboard is required to be anything close to good at first-person shooters. Kirk, good night. Thanks for coming in. As always, we're going to try to solo/finish this base. I don't have high hopes. I think this is going to be at least two more, not one more, but two more hits, but Kirk, I mean, Keone, aren't you in New York where it's like 12:30 at 12:45 at night right now? If so, why are you not at the I assume there's like Fortnite big parties out. I kind of assume you would be at them. So, thanks for not going to them, I suppose. And, oh no, please, shock launcher, don't throw a shock in my general direction. As they would say on, what is that show called? Man, my brain is just complete mush today. I've been averaging like 3.5 to 4 hours sleep since being back from France, and it is showing. I just feel like a complete dum-dum at the moment. Bring out all the owls you want, but it just does not make me any. I feel like that actually makes me dumber, to be completely honest. Keone, I just assumed you'd know everyone. Let's go. Oh no. Oh no. Is that mortar gonna ruin my life? Let's find out. This is the part that I'm concerned about. Mortars and whatnot. We're actually doing okay until that rocket launcher right there comes into play. Let's get rid of it. We might have a chance. Hack something, Everspark. Everspark, hack something. Oh, yes. Now, are we going to finish? No, probably not. Most pros playing are under 18, so wouldn't they? Do they have like under 18 parties? Then I would assume. I don't know. I went to the States when I was 21, and there was like underage parties, which were kind of weird. And in Canada, you just don't have that. You either you're 19 drinking age, or you don't go out essentially. So in the States, it feels like there's like underage parties, which are kind of neat, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, that's I found that was 10 May. My problem with Fortnite was that I don't camp ever. I'm very, very, very aggressive. I want to rush and shoot you in the head with my Glock or my whatever. Anyways, so my problem with Fortnite was that everyone kind of sat down and they kind of bunkered down for a little bit. Then they got in the top 5 or top 10. And then they started trying almost. Like, so for me, a first-person shooter, the best first-person shooter for me is one that has no cover. I want the person who is the most skilled at maneuvering and moving and shooting to get first place. So a little bit, I feel like Fortnite doesn't. I found Fortnite to be boring. I only played it a little bit. But I found it to be a little bit boring in the fact that you didn't have to do anything. You just kind of like could hide for a little while and then come third or whatever it was. So that my interpretation of Fortnite could be totally wrong. But that I just didn't like the fact that you could just kind of like camp. And any game that you can camp doesn't really do it for me because I am not I'm like the exact opposite of a camper, which is I feel like why I use Zookas, because Zookas are the exact opposite. I feel like Tank Medic is sort of like camping. I don't know if you guys can back that up or not, but camping where, like, for example, I used to play CSGO or Counter-Strike. People would just like use the op, and they just like hang out, and they would not really shoot anyone. They would not really do anything. They'd just hang out, and it would be super annoying. And they'd get like first or second place. They might get 2 or 3 kills, but that's just not how I like to play games. So I like to just core hit, and headshot, headshot, headshot. So nothing against Fortnite or nothing against anything in general, but that's just how I like to play games. So if you guys like to play games that way, I'd love to have 1v1. Let's 1v1, bro. But that's just my general impression of Fortnite, was that there's a little bit too much camping. Once the storm got nice and close and intimate, I loved it, but until then it just felt like everyone was lots of walking around, lots of trying to find people, and it just didn't work out for me. So John, come on, John Murphy, please do get Keone some sort of backstage pass. John Murphy is doing lighting and tech support for the Fortnite World Cup, where Keone just flew from Hawaii to New York. So John, set up, come on, get Keone some backstage passes. That's your only job right now. Get Keone backstage passes or invites to some party with all the pros, whatever it might take. Come on. If this stream can be successful, my attacks have not been good, but if you can get Keone backstage passes, it will make this stream worthwhile and make all of my failed attacks just so much better. Look at this. Look at this. So many rocket launchers. 1, 2, 3. We're going to try our low-level Scorchers, and John Murphy's going to call up his boss and get Keone some backstage action. Keone has already met the pros because Keone is a boss. Keone, also known as John. John is Keone. Keone is John in Hawaiian? Polynesian? Making some phone calls. John, I like it. Keone is trying to minimize it, but as if John can't get Keone some backstage action. That would be so amazing. Rachel is busting out the owls, trying to make it happen as well. I like it. Could you imagine if we could make Keone's trip better? Keone has 8 fingers on each hand. If we could make him even happier than he already is going backstage, that would just make my absolute week. So Tanmay Tulsenkar also in on the action. Yeah, let's go. We're gonna get, I really wish I would have, we're gonna get level 1 Scorchers. Now, just so you know, level 1, yeah, you get the idea. We're gonna have level 1 Scorchers here on stage 34. This is not gonna be a good idea. Let's just get all of these things done. Now, we're gonna use these explosive critters. We're gonna drop them in smoke so they can actually spread out a little bit, so they don't just get absolutely ruined. I'm hoping to get all of these cryo bombs exploded as we try and get Keone backstage access to something epically amazing. I can't sleep until I hear back. So please do just get Keone backstage access. That's all I ask. That's a small ask, I think. The only time I've ever been to a trade show, I went to Streaming Media West, which was in Vegas back in the day, and what happened was Streaming Media West was in Vegas from, I feel like Monday to Friday. I got back on the plane. They said, "Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts for takeoff." I put my seatbelt on. I looked up, and the movie was half over. It was the most strange experience I've ever had. The plane hadn't taken off. I looked down, put my seatbelt on, looked up, and the movie was half over. And I was like, well, but that makes no sense. And I had a customs form on my tray, and I was really, really confused. And then I looked at the time, and an hour and a half had passed. So I was so tired that just putting on my seatbelt and looking back up, an hour and a half had passed. And I felt like I was like abducted by aliens. It was so surreal and so incredibly, incredibly strange. And I don't recommend that ever happen to anyone, but I really hope that John can make that happen for Keone, because dude just flew across the entire United States to go from Hawaii to New York. And I don't know where you're staying, Keone, but I assume it's not a terrible, terrible place. But John, make it happen. That would be... Please, I don't know how I could like give John, I will put you on my end screen or my load screen, or mention your name in my next 10 videos if you can get Keone some sort of amazing awesomeness, because that would absolutely make my month. I need to have a sip of water here. Okay, so let's go. What we're going to do here, we're going to get some more Scorchers. Now, the fact that I just spent diamonds on Scorchers with all of these boom cannons up in my face is a terrible, terrible... Never use Scorchers with boom cannons, or especially not level 1. I feel like we need to not do that, but whatevs. We're going to go something like... we're going to make a terrible, terrible troop combo where we go Zukas in behind, Scorchers. That's not supposed to be a Zuka. Good night, George. Please, yeah, Triangle 9. I mean, come back to us. I mean, we're more fun than whatever task force you're in. I'm willing to bet that we have more owls and more fun than whatever task force you're in. Oops. Warships? No. So my warships on this account, I'm at level 15, just close to gold, but there's no flares yet. It's just dropping troops and hoping for the best. So we're going to skip that. Oh, man. This is ridiculous. We're not going to get anywhere near gold statue. We are so close, but so far away. So I had dreams of a gold statue on this account, but then I had bad things happen. So we're going to watch these Scorchers get shot in the face. Then I'm going to shock like so. Holy, did you guys see how ridiculously fast my Scorchers just exploded? That's why you don't use level 1 Scorchers. If you've ever seen Cooker taken down with level 1 Scorchers, I could show you, but it's not a good time, because we're going to flare this over here. Oh man, this is going to be a complete wreckage. Rickety, wrecked. Oh, I can't even believe I just saved Everspark's life. I can't even hack those rocket launchers, those sniper towers. Let's go like this. I mean, those CMOs would ruin my life. So we're going to go like that and just get wrecked. Get wrecked, son. So, I mean, the rocket launchers are gone. If I could, I would put a vote up about whether you guys should, whether I should delete this video or not, because I feel like this has been the most awful attacks in the history of my attacks. I promise I'm actually a decent attacker, but this video makes me look like a complete noob. So please, if you let's throw some, if you think that I should delete the video, throw a 1 in chat. If you think I should keep it, please do throw a 2 in chat. I'm gonna throw a 1 in chat right now. There's my 1. I'm probably ahead of you guys and gals and owls just because I am streaming and there's like a 30-second delay with the YouTubes. But 1 for delete, 2 for keep, and then 3 for if you just like owls and don't have an opinion on it. So I got a 1 in chat. So far we're at 1 and 1. Rudy agrees with me. I don't think Rudy has said anything all day. He's just throwing the 1 in chat just to agree with me. So thank you for weighing in, Mr. Rudy. This has been embarrassing. Just embarrassing. Oh, okay. We're gonna, if we barrage that rocket launcher, we can go left, and we got some 2s. We got some 2s happening. I think Rachel wants to keep it because she had the owls out in full force. That's the thing. Content is more important to me than skill. So, I mean, most of the time my problem is that I end up deleting a lot of my content because I don't like to fail. But then when I keep my content, sorry, Brothers of Inspiration, my Scorchers are level 1. That's why they just blew up instantly. So I like to, anytime I keep my fails, people seem to enjoy them more than when I actually succeed. So I've been trying my best to keep my fails. Oh man, where'd all my troops go? We're going to get over into here. We're going to go like this, and we're going to get rid of, hopefully, this zmot. I hate zmots. In case you're new to the channel, I absolutely hate zmots. Like, zmots are my least favorite thing in the history of the internet. Man, I really do hope Keone gets some sort of backstage pass. That would absolutely blow my mind. 7 PSC is all good. 7 PSC. If you have 7 PSC, my hat is off to you. Not that I left my hat in Croatia, but if I had it, I would take it off to you. Stage 34. Recruiting is awful work. So all of you who out there who put your post on Facebook, on the forums, on Discord, saying like, "Come join our task force," my hat is off to you because recruiting is awful. So the fact that we have owls, I feel like that should maybe help with recruiting. But if it doesn't, then we also have pro Zuka players. We also have we also have good people. I'm blown away by just how good our people are. So if you're looking for a task force that has skills or owls or anything you could basically ask for, I have to say, I'm pretty sure that we have it. Unless you're looking for like complete jerks or something, then we might not have it. But please check the description. Hit me up on Discord because we have skilled, amazing, fantastic people. My goal in life is to collect good people, and I feel like I've succeeded for the most part. As my Zukas just get absolutely wrecked, let's get rid of that. I feel like that's kind of like an important. What the heck just happened? I feel like that's one of the most important goals you could have, is just collect good people. I don't really know of a better goal, to be honest. So that's, if you guys have a better plan, that please do hit me up. But that's kind of been my go-to lately, is just collect good people, and so far it's been paying off incredibly well. Come for the owls, stay for the talented owls. Yeah, that's the thing. Stay high force points. I mean, we're pushing the leaderboards at the moment, where I think we're at like in the top 200-ish, but anytime you have people come for the leaderboards, they don't end up staying. Like, you end up with like XP 31 asking to join your task force, and they have no idea what they're doing. Sadly, I haven't released a YouTube video in like a month or so. I've just been too busy. So all the people in our task forces who have been grinding and working hard and keeping things going. I have totally let them down. But hopefully in the next little bit, now that I'm home, I can pay them back for all their hard work. I don't know. I mean, when I was back in 2014 or 15, I was in Ben Tim 1's task force, if Ben Tim name means anything to you, and he would just never hit operation attacks. Like, he would never show up, and I vowed to never be that guy. And now I've hit operation attacks. I just haven't got terribly good intel, and I've just not been around. So don't be a Ben Tim, because it just doesn't go well for anyone. Not to say that Ben Tim is a bad dude, but he would show up and like not do well. I feel like I'm a jerk now because I'm just calling out Ben Tim. But back to owls. Let's keep that. Please, let's just finish off this stage. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the flares there. I feel like I must have bumped with my palm or something, but I play with both my thumbs, so that sounds dirty. So I don't know what the heck happened with my flares. There was like 50 flares there. And honestly, the most important thing that Boom Beach can do, Supercell can do, they need to add community to warships. I mean, like right now, if I have the best warships attack you've ever seen in your entire life, the only way I can share it is with YouTube. And let's be honest, YouTube is not where people would like to see their attacks. People in our task forces rarely watch my YouTube. We're just buddies. Like, if I can share an attack in the chat, it's going to do better than if I share it on YouTube. Because recording and putting on YouTube, I have to talk about it, I have to record it, I have to put it up. And so, if we can talk about it in chat, it's way easier. And the number of people who have the ability, I mean, my capture card is like $300, my laptop is like $3,000, my internet connection is ridiculously expensive. Then I have to like talk about it and upload it and add a title and if we can just have friendly challenges and we can have replay sharing in chat with warships will succeed, in my opinion. And not that warships isn't succeeding already, but warship is that's what's missing right now. I feel like they're very, very aware of that. So this is my warship. I'm stuck right now at what are we at here? I don't have 500 right now. I don't have that third engine room right now. But this account, I haven't unlocked anything except for what I need to. So we've got the max level cannons. I've got cannons here. I've got cannons here. I've got heavies. I've got decent level barrage. This is basically a totally optimized warship. And as you can see, I just win all the time. But two warships, 2 engine rooms is so boring because I have to attack 4 times just to get a chest. So as soon as you get to 4 engine rooms, it takes 2 attacks and boom, Bob's your uncle, you have a chest. So I just can't bring myself to play at this level because I wish they would make it so that your chest over here was like your number of engine rooms times 2 or something like that, because 4 attacks to get it takes forever on this level and I just can't bring myself to playing. So I don't have I used to have an Elgato Keone. Now I have a it's an AV.io, which is like an L50 or something like that, which is way more expensive. Supercell actually gifted it to me while I was in Helsinki, and it's awesome. It's 1080p, it's widescreen, it's USB 3. My Elgato was 1080p on USB 2, which didn't work as well, and it actually worked better for different reasons. Anyways, USB 3 capture cards are not as good in some ways because they don't offload some of the processing to the actual card. Anyways, long story. If you're trying to buy a capture card, please do let me know. But otherwise, I'm just going to shut my mouth because all sorts of capture card and geeking out. And I'm on a laptop, which means that my processor does not nearly as good as I would like it to be. This is probably my last stage. We only have 6 attacks left, and stage 35 looks like a complete beast. So we're going to try to set this up, but I don't have a lot of faith. Excuse me. So we'll see how far we can get on this stage, and my attacks have just been awful, and so we'll see how we can do. Let's go Kamsa. We're going to get rid of this. Wait for that to explode, and then we'll flare back in that general direction, trying to keep Everspark alive. There's nothing worse than watching Everspark die and then all of your hopes and dreams go down the toilet. Speaking of hopes and dreams, please, John, if you're out there, please do get Keone some sort of secret super access, because that would blow my mind. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do a nice little double hack. We're going to wait for this smoke to clear. See that? Double hack right there. Like, if you have never double hacked, please do get better at double hacking, because double hacking is so critical when it comes to Boom Beach. Now, I should be able to double hack. Now, I've marked that shock launcher that's sitting right next to me, and I'm not going to resmoke because I'm only going to have somewhere in the neighborhood of 27 GBE after this. Oh, 37, sorry. Quick math is not my forte, clearly. Look at that. 2 rocket launchers and 2 shock launchers, I think, or 3 shock launchers. And now we're going to drop... Why I have all Zookas, I don't really know. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to shock like that and like that. We're going to throw some of those explosive critters out and try to get the shore all tidied up. Look at that. Not awful. Not awful. We're going to flare that shock launcher and hope that we can get... Look at that. Not a bad hit. I mean, not bad. We got rid of some stuff at shore. We got rid of some stuff by the core. I currently have 5 attacks left, so I do not have... I mean, the idea of a gold statue are gone. Unless I can get 5 2-hit bases, which 35 is going to be at least a couple hits. Let's just see if we can't get rid of this and this and this, I think, is the next goal. There's just so many mines in the way. If I had a cryo bomb, we could probably do better, but let's just see what we can do with Miss Everspark. And please, John, let's get Mr. Keone some sort of VIP access. A VIP, there's nothing better than VIP. Or if there is something better than VIP access, I would love for you to get that for Keone too. But VIP access is a great time. And Keone just did his first ever face reveal with us in the family after a long time. So make it happen, John. That would be epic. Let's get rid of those. Otherwise, I'm going to hit a boom mine and just get wrecked, son. What am I even happening right now? Let's get, let's go over to here. So now I flared that shock launcher, which is the most damaged, which means we are in range of that shock launcher. What just happened? Did I just flare again? Something is going on with my fat fingers. So at least we got rid of that rocket launcher and shock launcher, but I feel like I keep fat fingering everything. Please keep that comment PG. That is not intended for there was no owl related. Yeah, you get the idea. Let's go like Kamsa. Get rid of those mines. Get rid of those mines, and then we're just gonna... We can't... I mean, I'm not gonna clear anything at this point, so we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're just gonna watch Zookas die. This is a complete waste of diamonds. And maybe we'll get... Look at that! Oh man, I'm good. We got rid of one machine gun. So, low levels... This is a way to do crab. Just use Everspark to get rid of buildings, and then don't drop your troops. Obviously, I did drop my troops, and it was a terrible, terrible decision. Man, there's so many Doom cannons. I don't even. I guess that's pretty much where I have to leave it. Let's go. I need to get rid of both of these rocket launchers to stop covering shore. Now, this is not really. There's nothing that a high level player would do here. Like, this is not how a high level player would play the game, because this is totally awful gameplay for a high level player. But for a low level player who's trying to push to get extra resources, I would highly suggest playing this way. Just use your universal remote, get rid of some buildings, clear your shore, and then clear a kill zone, and then eventually go and blow stuff up. I mean, the fact that we now don't need to smoke shore saved us probably 10-20 GBE. But so yeah, there's lots of ways to play the game, and I feel like the general consensus of live streams is that you have to like have this super baller hit, or you have to have like 10 statues with 2 of them being troop health and 6 of them being troop damage and all of that sort of fun stuff. You don't. You can get far on Mega Crab simply by attacking and then retreating. It's probably, from the majority standpoint, a stupid way to play the game, but it works incredibly well. So just because no one's streaming it doesn't mean that's yeah. Anyways, let's keep going. Bust out the owls. Let's go. We're gonna get all the way back into here. We're gonna have almost no GBE by the time we get there, or even no GBE, but we'll find out very, very soon. For those of you who are staying up late to watch this, thank you. We only have 3 shocks. We're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and a med kit and hope for the best. We're going to hope for... Yeah, exactly. See, this is why I don't walk Zookas after all of that hacking at shore. But at least we cleared the shore. Oh. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I need to get a recording of Silly Merp. I miss Silly Merp so much. I also miss Mr. Merp, who is no longer playing Boom Beach. Dude just got a huge promotion. He is now a big deal. So don't see Silly Merp often anymore. Don't see Mr. Merp, but at least they're doing well. They just built a house, they have a dog, and I don't know, are they having kids? If anyone knows Mr. or Mrs. Merp, please do hit me up in the chat. I guess I probably should reach out to either of them. This level is rough, I would agree with that, but it's also the fact that I only have a few attacks left. So for low levels against these kind of bases, I mean, you don't have high level Scorchers, you don't have high level tanks, you don't have Mr. Bullit, so you have to just grind away, just like grind away, and it is disheartening. So if you know people who have gotten the gold or even diamond trophy before getting Bullit, I would love to see their attacks. My attacks have been mediocre at best, but I feel like that low level players could probably get gold without a heck of a lot of difficulty. As far as diamond, I don't really know if they could get diamond. 1, 2, 3. I actually shocked on time, and we're still getting wrecked by that rocket launcher right there, which kind of just goes to show that even when you plan for these things, you just still get wrecked. Okay, at least we got rid of... Let's get a smoke on that. Come on. Look at that. Oh, I don't have enough GB. So my plan was to use the universal remote to get rid of this shock launcher right here, but I don't have enough GBE to get back there. So even though I had Everspark smoked and kept her alive, it just did not work. Womp, womp. Hellcat, I thought you were like, where? What the heck? So we are down, thankfully, to our last 2 attacks. Now, we only have 6 hours left on Mega Crab, and I have not even done a single attack on my max level that is in the New Zealand time zone, so just not having a good time. Yeah, so now Keone, is Stunt better or worse than you at Fortnite? But Mrs. Silly Merp used to be on Mixer, then she moved to Twitch because I guess Mixer died, I feel like. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I feel like Mixer is no longer a thing, or maybe they lost a bunch of their streamers or something. So I watched Silly Merp on Mixer as well, and then I went away to France, then I came back and her account says like, please check me out on Twitch, and I just haven't had time. I've been busy. I feel like everyone's busy, and now I've read an article talking about how busy is the worst possible excuse. It just means you've just ranked that, like, your priorities, so that anytime someone says they're too busy to do that, it just means they don't prioritize it enough, that you're like super low in their priority list. But I feel like I'm just genuinely busy. Is that not a valid excuse anymore? I don't know. Hopefully John is not too busy to get Keone backstage super VIP access to Fortnite, because that would be epically amazing. I was really hoping that Everspark was going to hack that shock launcher instead of the flamethrower, but take what you can get, I suppose, right? Oh my goodness. Let's keep shocking those doom cannons and hope that we can do some sort of damage, because right now all of the Zookas are just shooting directly at the core, and those doom cannons will just not do good things to my face. They will just reorganize my face to the point where face cam would just never happen ever again. So let's go. 1 a.m. Oh, sorry. Rachel's saying that Keone's probably not going to get hooked up because it's the last night of Fortnite Con, and it's 1 a.m. there. So, probably not going to happen. I wish I would have done this stream a little bit earlier. Hooked Keone. If I could have hooked Keone up with anything, it would have made my absolute. Would have been epically epic. Next event. Yes, please. That would be amazing if we can get something happening. Just get Keone like backstage passes with the hottest streamer in the history of streamers who wants to hang out with Keone, and I don't even know what the dream is. Keone, let's make the dream happen. The small, like, I only have 12,000 subscribers, I think, and the fact that one of them set up the event and one of them is at the event just shows how small the internet actually is. That would be absolutely just mind-blowingly awesome. So please, if anyone out there is watching this stream late or is in this stream, let's make Keone a super VIP, as he should be, because Keone already donated $50 to this stream, and he's been in our task force group for a long time. And he has like 9 fingers because he just pulls out ridiculously amazing attacks all the time. So we're going to use Brick. We're going to take down stage 35, finally in the history of attacks. Yay! I didn't fail for once in my life. Boom, shalak, lock, boom. Definitely next events, always ping me because I'll yell at him. Rachel throwing out the owls, throwing out the dollars, and yelling at the peoples. So stage 36, where does that put me on the leaderboard? Let's find out. Where are we at? 481. I feel like the leaderboards in Mega Crab are sort of, I want to say, pathetic. I don't know if people aren't playing Mega Crab, but the leaderboards start for Canada, maybe because it's a late time zone, but the fact that the top 34 people have Diamond Statue only makes me a little bit, hopefully that changes in the next couple hours, or the next 12 hours, because that is just sad. Maybe everyone's playing Warships, maybe everyone's stopped playing Mega. I really don't know. We got to go for a solo here though, because we only have one attack left. So let's solo this right about here. Chances of a solo, I would put it at about 1 in a bajillion. A bajillion is an actual number that we need to feature more on the channel. Let's go. We're going to go like this. We're going to drop all of the things, and we're going to try to solo this with, I mean, chances of this actually happening are very, very slim. Let's go. Now that that rocket launcher is finally, hopefully, looking at the critters, we're going to drop our bazookas. We're going to walk to the side. We're going to pop that cryo bomb back there, and we're gonna, oh no, oh no, oh no, bad things are happening. But the Zookas are still alive, so I would never attempt this in the history of attempting things, but it's time to try to solo some. I only have one attack left, so maybe I should have. I don't know if that means I could have two-hit this or not. Poof, poof, poof. Let's go. Come on, come on. Can we solo as Dora the Explorer would once? Is there a Dora the Explorer adult-related movie at this point? I think there might be. So, oh no, oh no, we're gonna go into there. Now the problem is that I don't have troop health, and I don't have max level heavies. I don't have max level Zookas. So realistically, the chances of this solo actually happening are about 0. Let's be completely I mean, even if we had Bullit could stand out front like a bro and kind of like hang out for a little bit, and let's drop some of these over here, and maybe we have some Zookas left, but they're probably not gonna be bros to us right about now. See, like, we're just not gonna get it down. We have some Zookas left, but we have all our heavies just got melted in the face. We could take this down in 2 fairly easily, I want to say, if we would have tried, but it's just not going to happen. So, womp, 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 womp. Notifications on your phone actually happened in the first time in the history of notifications. YouTube has finally, I think, maybe fix their live stream notifications. Stage 36. Look at that. That's what's left of it. We did not get the gold statue. So, while I have you here, let's do some quick warships action. Now, as you saw back in here, I just spent in the neighborhood of 2,500 diamonds because my endless reserves died, and my endless reserves are purchased on Android, and I tried to use Nox and emulator to repurchase them, but it failed and blue screened my computer. And no, Nox is not against the terms of service. You're allowed to have an emulator, but we're going to try to use warships, and this is my base. As you can see here, I do not have my cannons down, my mortars down. My machine guns are level 1. My mortars are level 1. I do not have my riflemen upgraded. My sniper towers are level 1. So we're going to try to pull out a win in warships before we go. As you saw, I have a 4 times. Let's just do one more attack in the warships. Now, what I've been doing, basically, this guy or girl actually has max level cannons, decent level machine guns. Might be a bit of a problem. So what we're going to do is just drop all of these things here. We're going to barrage that. We're going to do 1-2 back here. And then just hanging out. Just takes so long on warships. This is the part of warships that just absolutely rots my brain. Like, having to do 4 of these attacks with no flares, no skill, no effort. I mean, there's a little bit of skill involved. That's a bit of a I misspoke there, but I mean, we're just sitting here watching for the most part. And I mean, warships definitely brings out some skill as far as designing a base and pulling some attacks and stuff, but right now it's just my base versus his base and hope for the best. So please, let's go. Come on, Chinese eye. At least we got 1 engine room down. Oh, we're gonna get one. Degrassi's junior high with like, I can't name a single Degrassi character. There was like that blonde guy. I can't do it. Someone. Who is the Degrassi? Who are like the Degrassi junior high type people? Oh, Mike Axdebury? I am not drinking adult beverages at the moment. I am fully done my adult beverage. I'm fully finished imbibing. Drake. No drinking here. Let's get one. I want to get out. Drake was in Degrassi? Are you serious? All heavies with no flares, I would agree, is dumb. So what I've been doing here is I've been doing like this kind of drop, and then what I've been doing is barraging this building right in here. My goal is to make all of my heavies want to go to the right. So that machine gun, that cannon right there has low health, so my heavies are going to walk to it, and then boom, off to the right they go, and then I just have to hope for the best. I mean, I've got all of them to go to the right, which is where the closer engine room is. Now I just hope for the best. That's it. That's all. I have to behave because the kids are sleeping? That's the exact opposite of anything that ever happened in the history of the world. Once the kids go to sleep, you don't have to behave anymore. Come on. Drake was in the wheelchair. Now, the problem is Degrassi came out when I was like in that shoulder season. Like I was like, I feel like I was too old for Degrassi, but it came out when maybe like there was a second run of Degrassi as well, so I'm gonna lose again. Look at this. I've had a 4-time win streak, and then I go on the internet, and boom, just failure. At least I'm gonna have to do 8 attacks to get that chest, and spend diamonds. Densmore still in the house. Yeah, you don't. Once your kids go to sleep, that's the exact opposite of behaving. It's like as soon as the kids go to sleep, you can actually enjoy yourself a little bit. I mean, I enjoy reading books and watching. Tonight I watched the most awful kids movie in the history. It was like a Disney take on what would happen if like all of the worst characters in Disney ever had kids or something. It was called like, I don't know, worst Disney movie ever. But Disney movies are generally good, and I made popcorn and sat the kids down, and this movie just made me want to like cry, to be honest. You gotta be loud. Our kids sleep. You gotta bust the owls out as soon as the kids go to sleep. That's how it works. Keone's got it right. Yeah, the reason why I taught my kids to sleep is so that I could actually take them to like events and have a good time. I just assumed that was like the standard parent operating procedures. Isn't it? I mean, I take my kids have slept in so many people's walk-in closets at parties where like that's kind of my goal in life, is to teach my kids to sleep, and now they sleep anywhere in the history of anywhere because I like to hang out with friends and socialize and whatnot. You would never guess by the fact that it's a Saturday night and I'm hanging out with you guys, but you guys are my friends too, right? Ask John, he knows the reasons why I couldn't take a selfie earlier. I'm pretty sure because you're sitting at your chair in the same outfit that I am right now, maybe? The owls are on display, I would guess. So this base, I mean, like, at this level, the problem, like, I didn't start warships on this account until, like, last week, and it's just not fun attacking the same bases every single day, over and over again. Hopefully Season 4 has flares early on, because I just don't enjoy this whole I mean, there is kind of a bit of smarts involved in calculating how you can get your heavies moving where you want them to be, and shortening the amount of time they're spent attacking, but I really, really would like if Season 4, the first troop we get is Cryoneers. That would be epic. Epic. Let's get a barrage on this base, and I need to end this stream soon because I'm tired. You guys have watched me fail too. I gotta win. Please let me get a win here. I need a win. It's been a whole bunch of awful, awful crab attacks. What did I miss? We out of attacks. Yes, Kirk, you missed everything. I failed miserably. Let's see what Hector has to say. And look at that. We kicked Hector's derriere. We busted out the owls. He got distracted. Then we just punched him straight in the face and took a win. We're talking warships now. And every time I post a warships video, I probably lose somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 to 10 subscribers. People either like warships or they absolutely hate warships. So I don't know what it is that's so polarizing. It could be the fact that there's no flares in the first levels, and there's no smoke, and it's less about smoky skills. I mean, I have a hard time saying it's less about skill, but I feel like that might be what people's perceptions are. I don't know. So excuse me, I have the hiccups. So if you're wondering why I'm sounding like an idiot, it's because I have the hiccups. Let's get rid of that. Go back to bed. Good night, Kirk. Kirk lives in Colorado. He also drives the latest and greatest of the Corvettes. He works for Chevy, I believe, or loves Chevy, or anyways, dude is going back to bed. It sounds like. Once you get to 4 engine rooms, I find that warships is a good time. I also really enjoyed the heavies thing early on in the season, but joining late on this account, I lost like probably 30 matches in a row and couldn't even get a single engine room. So the fact that they changed to engine rooms really made it difficult, because joining late, you just get absolutely rickety wrecked. What should we upgrade here? I feel like it should probably be my gunboat. We're going to do mines, though. Mines are amazingly awesome. If we can switch this to mines, we'll probably win everything always. 3 engine rooms is all about the mines. If you can get all mines, it's a great time to win. But yeah, Kirk was all about the new Corvettes. So let's get some new mines out. These level 22 mines, I gotta say, if you can get level 22 mines, I feel like everyone's already talked about this for probably months. But as soon as you get level 22 mines, it just makes people fail and get so frustrated that it's a great time. So I probably should change my base to just have them get ruined by mines, but we're not going to do that. I should probably call it a night. I'm probably going to go for a ride tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. because I'm an idiot and trying to just stay happy and healthy and whatnot. So for the first time in the history of my life, I'm going to say no to owls. and say goodnight to all of you, and thanks for coming in. I mean, this stream was more about hanging out with all of y'all and way less about skilled attacks or strategy. I mean, this was probably the worst stream in the history of my channel as far as strategy goes, or skill goes, or tutorials go. So we're just going to leave it at this and say goodnight and say thank you. And if you're watching this later on and you've actually watched this far, thank you. And just watch the rest of my video. I feel like the rest of my videos are more entertaining and more fun. But for those of you who I've known for a while and came and hang out, thank you, because this was fun in a sort of insider joke sort of way. And I will talk to all of you soon, and I should have videos fairly often the next week. I'm going away on Thursday for a family reunion, which is like a 10-hour drive and a 3-hour ferry, and I'm not excited about it, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I should be around. So please, if you don't see a video from me, give me a hard time, and if you do, then I'll talk to you. Yeah, great. And as always, thanks for coming in. Get the owls out. You can never have too many owls. Come join our task force. We have many hooters in place, and I'll talk to you soon. And thanks for coming in. I'm zmot. Thanks for coming in. Peace.